For today, a documentary about apparently unconnected topics, obesity and climate change.
We're now in one of the busiest shopping streets of Doorn. We got a lot of different people shopping here. You got old people, young people, small people and tall people. And also thin people and fat people. Over the last few years, we've got an increasing number of persons which cope with obesity. We've asked a specialized doctor what obesity actually means.
Obesity is a chronic condition in which people gain excessive body weight in the form of fat tissue. This increased body fat percentage puts sufferers at risk for more than 30 serious medical conditions, ranging from type 2 diabetes to coronary heart failures. So, why are so many of us obese? Often, too much food and too little movement are to blame obesity. In fact, decrease of mobility is the biggest cause of obesity amongst elderly people. Genetics plays its own role in the obesity epidemic. People with a family history of excessive weight gain are more likely to become overweight themselves. The simplest way to measure if you're obese is to calculate your BMI, or your body mass index.
Write down your weight in kilograms, then take your height in centimeters and square it. Divide the first figure by the second. The resulting number is your BMI. So what does this number mean? Usually, the higher the BMI, the higher your percentage of body fat. If your BMI is less than 18, you're considered underweight. If your BMI is between 18 and 25, your BMI is considered normal, and one between 25 and 30 is overweight. If you have a BMI of 30 or higher, you're considered obese.
There are a few factors that can increase your BMI without a higher fat percentage, like excessive muscle mass or heavy bones. There is a direct link between obesity and a number of serious diseases, such as certain types of cancer, heart failures, type 2 diabetes and strokes. The good news is that by reducing the body weight by only 5 to 10% can improve your health and well-being enormously. This is done by some lifestyle changes. I would advise people with obesity to eat more fruit, vegetables and drink water. And they have to avoid sweetened beverages, fast food and snacks and eat smaller portions. Adding an exercise plan to the diet will not only help you to take weight off, but also help to keep it off. That's because burning calories builds muscle, and with more muscles, more calories can be burned. Over the last few years, the numbers of people with obesity have increased rapidly. Approximately 1 out of 3 Americans are considered obese. We should really do something about it. Obesity doesn't just affect what you see in the mirror, it can have serious consequences for your health. So search for a nice sport and start moving. I'm sitting here in the sun and it's actually freezing. It's -10 in November. Is that even normal? Well, scientists say this is because of climate change. But what does that even mean? And which weather changes can we expect? Well, we've asked an expert.
It's funny that a lot of people know that climate change and the greenhouse effect is a pretty serious thing. But actually, it's not just serious when you live at this moment. And it's not only about drafts increasing their length and their moment. There's also a lot of changing in the weather. When you think it will be one part of the atmosphere, the whole thing changes. And what we're seeing a lot more frequent is so-called extreme weather. Just recently, we've had some very cold weather with snow and ice. And climate change brings a lot of these sort of things. In the summer, a lot of countries around the equator cope with drought and forest fire. in the late summer and early autumn season, there are areas of land flooded. Plants and animals try to adapt to the weather changing by moving their living areas.
Let's just remind us, where do we get this weather from? We've all heard about climate change, of course. Climate change is a process of the Earth getting warmer. This is caused by the sun. In a normal condition, the sun sends heat waves towards the Earth. The Earth reflects some of the waves. These waves come into the atmosphere, where they're let out of the mist ring again. In the atmosphere, there are natural gases. These gases clear some of the heat wave particles and take care that they are let out of the mist ring. With our greenhouse effect, the natural gases are not the only gases present in the atmosphere. Due to enormous CO2 output levels, the gases in the mist ring are of a different composition. This gas reflects the heat waves that came from Earth back to the Earth. This way, the heat stays in our atmosphere, which makes the temperature on Earth rise slowly.
With an increase of temperature, we face another problem. A hotter atmosphere results in different weather. Not only are we suffering hot summers, we're also facing the effects of extreme weather. We'll have more drought in summer and more flooding and heavy rain and snowfall in winter. We'll have a lot colder winters and face extreme heat in the summer. Well, obviously, what we can do against climate change is discussed so many times that that it will stick in the memories of our generation. Let's hope we can give the thought on to the next generation. Climate change is a global challenge.
Hey, you with your yellow jacket. Wait.
Yeah.
Hi. Hey, why are you not in? It's freezing.
Yeah, I know, but you must be kidding me. All the rivers and the lakes and the brooks, they're all frozen and you can go ice skating everywhere. So why should I be inside? It's really cool. We're able to do this every winter now, and of course I'm not inside.
Okay, I get your point.
Well, yeah, it's so cold, and you know, all the cooler extremer sports are only possible when it's really cold or really warm. So, like, you know, ice skating, skiing, snowboarding, paraboarding.
Well, I'm sorry, but paraboarding?
Oh, yeah, it's some kind of snowboarding, and it's with a special kite, like kite surfing. And when you have enough speed, you are going to fly and you can do tricks and everything. So it's really cool. But it must be cold enough, and there must be snow, of course. And otherwise, in really hot summers, you can go kite surfing. It's almost the same. So.
Wow, so because of the extreme weather, you're able to do sports that you like.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Here we have the Minister of Health, Wellness and Sport. What do you think of the idea that extreme sports can reduce the number of people with obesity?
Well, first I thought that the idea was quite far-fetched, but we got this cold weather last week, and actually it became clear to me because there are thousands of people that all bought new ice skates, and I think every inhabitant of our lovely country was being active on the ice.
So, you see a solution for the obesity problem?
We should be careful with calling it a solution, because these sports are actually extreme themselves, like the weather, and extreme sports are regarded cool sports.
So, cool sports will fight the obesity?
The main point of sporting is that you're active, and sports can result in a more active society in which obesity has no place. now in one of the busiest shopping streets of Cornwall. Here there are a lot of different people shopping.
Hey, you with your yellow jacket. Wait.
Yeah?
Hi.
Hi.
What are you going to do?
Ice skating.
Why are you not in? It's